Disrespect. It's the one thing every man will face, no matter how strong, how disciplined, or how silent he is. It happens at work. It happens among friends. It happens in public, when all eyes are on you. And in those moments, your reaction defines who holds power. Do you lose your temper, or do you control it? Do you argue, or do you calculate? Niccolò Machiavelli once said, "A wise man does at once what a fool does at last." Today, you'll learn how to deal with disrespect in public, without losing control, without losing power, and without saying more than you need to. Welcome to Calculated Men. Power is planned, not wished for. Part 1. Understanding disrespect. Before you can respond to disrespect, you must understand why it happens. Machiavelli taught that men offend others for two reasons: fear or contempt. When someone disrespects you publicly, it's rarely about truth. It's about dominance. They're testing you. They want to see if you'll crumble, react, or beg for validation. Disrespect is a social experiment, and your reaction is the result. Let me give you a real example. You're at a table with friends. Everyone's laughing, relaxed. Then one of them jokes at your expense. It's subtle, but the group laughs harder than they should. You feel the sting. Your heart rate spikes. At that moment, you have a choice. Most men respond instantly. They try to defend themselves, argue, or insult back. But that's exactly what a Machiavellian man would never do. He knows that reacting is submission. The one who reacts has already lost. Instead, he does nothing. He looks at the man who spoke, steady, unreadable, and says quietly, "You enjoy trying to prove something, don't you?" Then he returns to his drink. You see, he doesn't fight for attention. He commands it through composure, because silence, when used deliberately, creates pressure. And the man who disrespected you suddenly feels what Machiavelli called the weight of his own words. If you can master that moment, you've already won. Comment discipline to claim power. Part 2. Controlling the narrative. Machiavelli once wrote, "Men are ruled more by the appearance of things than by the reality of them." When you're disrespected publicly, what matters most isn't what happened. It's how others perceive your reaction. Let's say you're in a meeting. A coworker interrupts you mid-sentence with a mocking tone. "Yeah, sure, like that idea would actually work." Most men either go quiet or try to prove themselves. Both lose status. A calculated man doesn't do either. He pauses, lets the silence sit for 2 seconds, then says, calm, slow, unshaken, "I'd prefer you let me finish before you decide what works." Then continues speaking, as if nothing happened. He doesn't argue. He doesn't raise his tone. He simply reclaims control. That's Machiavellian restraint, the art of appearing unmoved while asserting dominance. Everyone watching instantly recognizes who holds composure, and therefore power. Machiavelli believed perception is reality. You don't have to win the argument. You only have to appear above it. When you stay calm while someone else gets emotional, you make them look smaller without lifting a finger. And that's how men of power win public battles, not with noise, but with poise. Comment discipline. If you understand that silence speaks louder than pride. Part 3. Retaliation with precision. Machiavelli said, "If an injury has to be done to a man, it should be so severe that his vengeance need not be feared." When someone repeatedly disrespects you, not once, but twice, 3 times, you're not dealing with a misunderstanding anymore. You're dealing with a man who believes there are no consequences. And that's when you must act, not with rage, but with precision. Here's a real-world example. You're at the gym. There's a man who keeps making jokes, comments loud enough for others to hear. You've ignored it twice, but now it's deliberate. A Machiavellian man walks over, not angrily, not jokingly, just calm, still, deliberate. He looks the man in the eye and says, "You've had your fun. That's enough." Then walks away. No argument, no explanation, just a clear line. Because true power doesn't require noise, it requires certainty. And what happens next? The man's confidence fades. He realizes he's dealing with someone who doesn't play by emotional rules. The Machiavellian principle is this: never punish halfway. If you correct someone, correct them fully, calmly, decisively, and in a way that leaves no doubt. Because hesitation invites future disrespect, but precision ends it. Comment discipline. If you'd rather strike once, then explain yourself 100 times. Part 4. Rebuilding dominance without words. The next day after confrontation is where most men fail. They either overcompensate, act cold, or pretend nothing happened. But Machiavelli's wisdom teaches it is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. Meaning, your presence after conflict should radiate calm authority, not insecurity. Imagine this: you had a tense moment yesterday, maybe with a coworker or someone in your circle. The next day, you walk in, calm, composed, no awkwardness, no aggression. You greet everyone the same, including him. You show that you were never emotionally disturbed, only decisive. That's how you rebuild dominance without saying a word. Power isn't in confrontation. It's in how you hold yourself after it. Your body language, tone, and consistency will communicate that you're the same man, unbothered, steady, unshaken. That's what makes others respect you, and in silence, they acknowledge it. Because they see what Machiavelli understood 500 years ago. The man who governs his emotions governs perception, and perception is everything. Comment discipline. If you understand that control after conflict is the final victory. Part 5. The Law of Power. Machiavelli's philosophy wasn't about cruelty. It was about survival in a world ruled by power and perception. He knew the world doesn't respect emotion, it respects control. So remember this: disrespect is inevitable, but losing control is optional. Every man will face moments where someone challenges him publicly, a boss, a friend, a stranger. But if you stay composed, calculated, and precise, you'll find that others begin to treat you differently. They sense the weight of your silence. They respect your patience. They fear your timing. And soon, the same people who tested you will think twice before they do it again. Because in a world of chaos, the man who moves slow, speaks little, and acts deliberately holds true power. Subscribe, because in a world where words are cheap, silence is power.